The world we experience is not the world as it is, but the world as we have been conditioned to perceive it. From the moment we are born, we inherit a framework of understanding that dictates not just how we interpret reality, but how we question, or fail to question, our very existence within it. The deception is not always malicious or deliberate, but rather, it is a byproduct of a deeper, self-perpetuating illusion, a system that survives by keeping its participants unaware of its very nature. Take the most basic, universally accepted phenomenon, the rising of the sun. Every morning we say that the sun rises, and every evening it sets. This simple phrase, embedded into our language and culture, carries with it an unconscious acceptance of a perception-based reality. But the sun does not in fact rise or set. The earth rotates, and our position upon it gives us the illusion of a moving sun. While this may seem trivial at first glance, it is a prime example of how language and perception conspire to shape our worldview in ways that go unnoticed. This conditioning runs deeper than mere semantics. It influences how we think, what we believe, and ultimately how we live. A mind that unquestioningly accepts the phrase "the sun is rising" is a mind that has been trained to accept surface-level explanations for profound phenomena. The moment one truly considers the mechanics of what is happening, a cascade of deeper questions emerges. Where am I, truly? What is this place in which I find myself? Why does it exist? Why do I exist within it? Yet most never ask these questions. The system has been designed in such a way that the average individual sees no need to question the reality presented to them. Life is reduced to a series of habitual observations and conditioned responses. The sun rises, the sun sets, days turn into years, we work, we consume, we sleep, and we repeat the process. The deeper layers of inquiry are quietly discouraged by a society that rewards conformity and punishes deviation. The nature of perception and reality. Human perception is inherently limited. We see only a fraction of the electromagnetic spectrum, hear only a narrow band of frequencies, and process only a minuscule portion of the information available in any given moment. Yet, within this confined sensory experience, we construct an entire worldview, believing it to be complete and accurate. The conditioning begins early, through language, education, and societal norms. The labels we assign to things, sunrise, solid matter, linear time, serve as cognitive shortcuts, allowing us to function efficiently in the world. But these shortcuts also act as barriers to deeper understanding. When we label something, we assume we know it. The moment we call a tree, we stop seeing it for what it is, a living, breathing, interdependent expression of existence, and reduce it to a concept. In reality, everything we perceive is an interface, a representation of something far deeper. Quantum physics has already revealed that what we perceive as solid matter is mostly empty space, that time is not absolute, and that observation itself plays a role in determining the state of reality. Ancient spiritual traditions have long echoed these ideas, emphasizing that the material world is an illusion, what Hindu philosophy calls Maya, and that true reality lies beyond the veil of conditioned perception. But modern society is built upon the maintenance of this illusion. To function as intended, it requires individuals who accept the narratives they are given without question. Whether it is the illusion of political freedom, the illusion of economic stability, or the illusion of personal identity, all of it is designed to keep human beings operating within predefined boundaries. Breaking free from the illusion. To awaken from this constructed reality, one must first recognize that it exists. This requires a radical shift in perspective, one that moves beyond inherited narratives and into direct observation. Instead of accepting that the sun rises, one begins to observe movement, perspective, and relativity. Instead of assuming that time flows forward, one questions whether time itself is merely a byproduct of perception. Instead of blindly participating in societal structures, one steps back and asks, "Who am I, beyond the roles and labels I have been given? What is this consciousness that is experiencing reality? Is there a deeper intelligence or awareness beneath all existence?" These questions are not just philosophical musings, they are the very keys to self-realization. The reason modern society thrives on distractions, superficiality, and constant stimulation is to prevent these questions from being asked. Because the moment an individual begins to truly question their reality, they begin to see, and once they see, they cannot unsee. The socially accepted madness of modernity. The reason society appears to be descending into chaos despite its technological and scientific advancements is because it is fundamentally out of alignment with truth. A civilization built upon illusion will inevitably create suffering because it forces individuals to live in opposition to their deeper nature. People are told they must find meaning through material success, yet material success brings no lasting fulfillment. They are told happiness is found through external achievements, yet no external achievement can satisfy the longing for something real. This is why depression, anxiety, and existential dread are so prevalent in modern times. Deep down, people sense that something is off, that the reality they are presented with does not align with the truth they intuitively feel. But instead of encouraging people to seek truth, society prescribes distractions, endless entertainment, consumerism, political spectacle, and artificial divisions that keep people fighting one another instead of questioning the system itself. The journey back to reality. To step out of the labyrinth of lies is not an easy task. It requires unlearning nearly everything one has been taught, stripping away conditioned beliefs, and facing the raw, unfiltered truth of existence. But the reward for doing so is immeasurable. It is the rediscovery of one's true nature, beyond illusions, beyond narratives, beyond all conditioned perception. The awakening process begins with the simplest of things, like questioning why we say the sun rises when it does not. From this small crack in perception, a deeper awareness emerges, leading one toward a realization that has been hidden in plain sight all along. Reality is not what we have been told. It is far more mysterious, far more profound, and ultimately, far more beautiful.